Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Boys, where every day is a Saturday. Come hang out with us as we chat about games, music, movies, and more, all over drinks. I'm just gonna say nice cold drinks now instead of beers.
You heard it here
Bevs.
first.
Well, or bev over some nice bevs. Yeah, that sounds good.
Ice cold bevs.
Because again, today we are not drinking beers. We're doing another mixed drink today, and it ties into the episode. And it looks. I haven't taken a sip yet, so I kind of want to do a live first sip here.
Oh, that kind of sounds nice.
Oh yeah, let's get some ASMR there. Yeah, let's do some clinkies.
This looks
the first kind.
nice, like kind of.
I know,
when
right?
It catches the light.
We haven't even said what it is yet. I want to.
Cheers.
Yeah. All right.
So for everyone that's not watching, our drinks are very like
That's different.
It's a very blue color.
It looks like ocean water.
Yeah,
which
what
also
you-
kind of pertains.
what you would imagine ocean water would look like.
Even though ocean water is clear or dirty, but
Yeah,
it's the blue of the ocean. It's more aqua. I don't know.
it's like an aqua teal kind of blue.
It's delicious,
Yeah.
and it is called the plasmid.
Yeah,
Plasmids.
Yeah, it's for the 10th anniversary of Bioshock, which is our topic today. Big shocker.
Big shocker, Bioshocker.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a very colorful drink. It's pretty tasty. It's very strong. I mean, the whole
We were making it and joking. It's like the whole thing is alcohol.
yeah, dude. Your mixer is champagne and like a tiny little bit of lemon juice. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, literally the lemon juice is the only thing that doesn't have alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol
Did
content.
2K put this out for the 10-year anniversary? That they put this image out,
I don't know if this is directly associated
Okay.
with the game. If this is something
or just
somebody
a
made,
fan did? But
yeah,
it is a delicious drink.
yeah, and I did find it on a few different websites. So it is like somebody coined it and
Yeah.
made it a drink.
Yeah, but it's vodka and blue curacao. It calls for myrtile.
Yeah, like creme de myrtile, which
That's
would
the
be
atom.
Yeah,
it's basically blueberry schnapps.
but we just substituted and did blueberry vodka instead.
Yeah, so we're probably not getting as much blueberry flavor as it quite intends for us to, especially because I think it calls for like actual blueberries in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's finished with
just-
blueberries and blackberries.
We just said fuck it, we would cheat. We'd
berries are expensive,
easy.
man.
yeah.
And how
especially-
often will Anthony will
Anthony's
you
not
eat the
gonna
whole
eat-
rest of the
yeah,
berries?
dude? We're not
Honestly,
buying
I
a
probably would have.
You
well.
really? You snack on berries? They always go bad for me. I
Just
I
gonna
don't
get
snack
drunk
on them.
and munch on berries all night, dude.
Yeah, I mean, strawberries are my favorite. So
It's a lot of
Strawberries
natural.
I love
Well,
strawberries.
strawberries and sugar, so I did it. You did
I think
put in a
that's
little bit of sugar.
but
I do cream,
Oh, okay.
like a whipped cream,
Either
with
or.
strawberry.
Oh, that'd be better.
Cool whip.
Cool whip. Got to say it every time it's brought up.
Whip.
But yeah, then you throw some lemon juice, ice, and just champagne to the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's really good. It's
That
really
was
pretty. I like
super
this.
refreshing. It is all alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to get fucked up, drink a plasma.
Yeah.
The tall glass of booze right here.
Yeah. I'm going to try to remember to sip this one throughout the episode, unlike I normally do. So I don't have to chug it at the end and then drive home. That would not
Anthony's
be
already
good.
like halfway
I know,
through
I'm-
his.
I'm
It's
just-
his first drink.
I'm just gonna. It's
So Anthony drinks his drinks so damn fast.
He has a curse. His first drink goes down like it's just like
water.
Nothing. Yeah, like,
like
it's water.
it goes
Doesn't
down
matter
like
what
a
he's
plasmid.
drinking.
and it doesn't even matter. Like it's not like right. You'd swear like I was like depriving myself of any like.
Fluid.
Or
Yeah,
you
for
just
the
had a
whole day.
really bad week and you just need this first beer.
Both?
Well,
Actually, it wasn't that bad. No, honestly, I think it's just something about like the first drink is just something psychologically because I've been drinking water all day. It's not like I'm hydrated.
usually we'll get a drink as we're still waiting for a table at most places, and so you're got nothing to do but talking, drinking, social drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, social drinking. But yeah, no, this is a delicious thing. It's I'm not a big champagne person. We've had it now 2 times in like a month now
Yeah.
for Fight Club and this, but yeah, it's
growing on me.
yeah.
I mean, before I was just I would just never have
Well,
it.
the nice thing about it is most of this stuff, other than I guess the myrtile, you'd have on hand most of the time, like vodka, blue curacao. Those are standard
Yeah.
mixers and
Yeah.
stuff. So then lemon juice.
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly.
But yeah, no, I enjoy this.
Yeah, I recommend making this one. They had a couple other drinks that were tied into Bioshock. I felt like this was the most like appropriate.
Yeah, and we're talking about specifically the first Bioshock
Exactly,
today
'cause they had,
because
like, one for
we love the
Infinite.
series so much we're probably gonna knock everyone individually, the 3 major titles, and
Yeah.
then Is there? There's not a fourth. I guess
No,
there's the DLC.
no.
I was considering like it's
Because you have
kind of-
Minerva's Den for 2.
Minerva's Den
Yeah.
for 2, and then
3
Lost
has-
at Sea or Burial at Sea.
I don't know if I've actually.
They
Played.
Well,
sorry.
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They did a bunch of cocktails for Infinite.
Oh, okay.
So this was the only one for like the 10th anniversary that I saw.
okay.
But then they had one called Possession.
Oh, all the
Oh.
infinite
It's
cocktails.
like, yeah,
for all their
That's
plasmids.
cool.
Charge. That one looks really cool.
That does.
Well, you add dry ice to it, so it's smoky.
Oh,
Oh.
that's what it is. Okay.
Devil's Kiss. That's a lot of fucking ingredients,
Oh
right?
my
It's like-
god!
yeah, it's like twice, if not 3 times
don't-
as much.
I don't
That's
remember
dope,
most
though.
of these plasmids
That's
from
dope
Bioshock
as
Infinite.
fuck.
No?
They take fresh chilies and then they cut them and put them on the side so
Oh,
it looks
that's
like
what
I was about
horns.
to say I didn't know if that was plastic or what was on
Those
that.
are
Those
chilies,
are chilies.
dude.
That's smart.
That's pretty sick.
And then the rim is chili powder.
That
That's
one-
fucking dope. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shock jerky. Or shock jockey.
Yeah,
shock
jockey. I was
jerky.
Are you still a little hungry there, pal?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time
What?
we move into the not so important news.
Not so important news. Who's going first? You both got articles today.
How many you got?
I just got one.
I got 2, so I'll hit one, you hit one, I'll hit one.
Like a boomerang.
So this one's not really that fun. It's just kind of cool. Babylonians used the Pythagorean theorem 1,000 years before it was invented in ancient Greece.
Okay.
Wow.
Did they find actual like someone's homework? Like this that second period he was working on his Pythagorean. Oh shit, no. It is a
Yeah.
tablet. Okay.
Yeah, it's like literally a circular tablet with the theorem on it. The tablet known as SI.427 was used by ancient land surveyors to draw accurate boundaries and engraved the cuneiform markings, which form a mathematical table instructing the reader on how to make accurate right triangles.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
But it was just, I thought it was kind of interesting.
Little
They're
fun fact.
using triangles way back in the day, math boys.
Yeah, they were like on like a version of a cheat sheet.
Yeah. We used the Pythagorean theorem today.
Did we?
No.
All right.
Might have.
I was just trying to think. I'm like, I know. I'm pretty sure I'd know if I
It's
did
like almost like
geometry.
from under the table. It's like I have that tablet like because of this.
Because
If only.
I'm like lining up nugs of. Like,
oh my god.
just like this is a right angle right here.
Well, you kind of use it when driving and stuff like that, but I wouldn't consider you like thinking out.
That's what I'm
A
saying. We
squared
use
plus
it
B
passively.
Yeah, and it's just one of the. That's weird.
Things
but,
we used them to be created.
yeah, I know. But so how long? Like, how was the time gap that they did for the article? Like, because they originally thought,
1,000 years before it was
1,000
invented
years.
in ancient Greece.
Damn.
Because they thought the Greeks had created it.
yeah, hence why we could still call it Pythagorean's theorem.
Yeah.
God, maybe they just stole it.
They
Who
did.
knows?
That's basically what it's saying is that it was found in
Yeah, it existed prior.
yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, they've had this, but they just like looked at it and they were like, "Oh, yeah. That's what they're doing, huh?"
Oh,
I
yeah.
see. Interesting.
Anthony,
What's your article look like today?
I like this one a lot.
it's got to be more fun than triangles.
I know. I was gonna say triangles
I
intriguing.
set the bar pretty low for you, so
Thanks, man.
yeah.
So, South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker say they've bought Casa Bonita.
I saw this.
What?
because
The Casa Bonita episode.
Casa
Yeah.
Bonita, Casa Bonita.
It was going. It was like possibly going under, or like they were gonna have to sell
Filed
it.
for bankruptcy and everything.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Fun fact: I didn't know it was real until yesterday or the day before.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't actually know it was. Yeah, I just had no idea. I thought it was just made up for the show. But yeah, supposedly I think it's still actually in the process of being. I don't think it's like straight up like they own it, but they're still like working with them.
They basically
to purchase it.
would quote unquote like closed, like, hey, we're buying it. Like,
Yeah,
we're-
they have every intention to like
Yeah.
partner with like, so if not outright buy it and they have the rights to it, they're like working with the owner to kind of reprise it and kind of bring it back. And because like there's like the whole stigma that it's a fun place, but the food quality is meh.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the things that they intend on doing. with it is improve the quality of the food. So then try to keep it as original as possible, except for that one thing that everyone complains about.
Interesting.
So I thought that was just amazing because it's just so comical, and I just didn't realize it was real. So now I know.
I didn't know that was a real
You didn't know
place.
Casa Bonito is real?
No.
No.
Oh, it's in Texas, right? It's like an
No, I think it's.
I thought it was in. Oh no, it's
no,
in Colorado.
It's in Colorado, yeah.
Okay, it's in Colorado, not Texas. Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking of. Oh,
But,
I'm probably thinking of like Alamo or something like that.
But it's like just like reading that article and then like talking about it at work, it just made me just remember the episode and how much like it's a very good episode that shows how much of a piece of shit Cartman is, because he does the whole thing when he gets like at the end, spoilers, but hey, it's been long enough.
I don't remember
But
anyway.
like when he's there, because it's the whole thing. If I remember correctly, he like replaces Butters so they can go on the trip because he wants to go to Casa Bonita, and I think he wasn't invited, but he wants to really go. So then he just this whole elaborate thing to get there, and then he gets found out. And then when he's there, he's like, no, I'm going to have the experience. So he runs through the entire thing, doing everything he wants to do while he's being chased by like security and stuff. He's just a piece of shit.
Wow.
But it's such a good episode though.
Too good.
So that's my thing.
Nice. Yeah. I'd probably go to Casa Bonita now that it's open.
I would.
I've never been.
Right, yeah,
I've
if
been to
they-
Denver once, but you know.
I don't think I have.
I've been to their airport.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's probably all I've done.
Well, it's
too.
one of the most famous things there. It's that crazy ass airport.
It's true. It is weird.
So what's your next one?
Oh man.
Oh, I don't
Was
like
it that?
No.
Okay.
Fish with human teeth caught in North Carolina.
Oh, and now I remember this. Okay.
I've seen this picture and I just scrolled right by it. I mean, no, don't
Yeah,
do that
it doesn't.
to me.
I
So-
now realize why I forgot about that.
Yeah, these things are real, man. And
I wish they weren't.
yeah, me too. They're called sheepshead fish, but they have 3 rows of teeth, dude. 3 rows of like molars, man.
Like
Yeah, it looks
human
gnarly.
teeth?
human
Oh.
teeth.
It
Dude.
just it doesn't look right.
No, but it's because they crunch on like shells and they eat oysters and shit, just full on shells. So they have to have hard teeth. That's why I was showing
Kinda
him
grind it up, yeah. That part
you-
I remember, yeah.
if you look at their mouth, like the bottom of their mouth, it's like just teeth.
Weird.
It's
Just like all
freaking
these
weird,
rows
man.
of just like flat, kind of just meant to kind of grind stuff up.
Oh.
But that had me thinking. I was like, well, man, I
Well,
wonder what other animals look like with human teeth.
Don't you
no.
Photoshop?
I didn't Photoshop. I just pulled up other people's Photoshops.
Oh.
Like I found a koala for you. See,
See, that looks dirty.
That's, yeah, it's just
It's
That's
all
just
for
front row
you.
teeth. That's
I kind of can you send me that photo?
a gorilla with teeth,
now that's a little.
I don't like that one.
shark with human teeth.
Oh, so
That
it's
one
derpy too.
looks-
It's dude, they're
That
all
one,
derpy.
Yeah.
Oh, this one gets me. It's an ostrich with human teeth.
That ain't right.
I'm gonna save that one.
Say click save.
I'll try and put that in there. No guarantees anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my news. I just thought that was kind of funny, and I was like, well, man, that'd be kind of funny to look at animals with
Different
Human
teeth.
teeth.
Yeah, it's always a
crazy.
good one. Eyebrows on an animal are funny too,
It's anything that makes it a little bit more human, but
Yeah.
not quite.
like slightly more humanoid.
Just makes it look derpy.
Human. That sound that.
Bump the mic, why don't you? Has it got the dinglies? Conk.
I just cheers to you.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, today, as we did with our drinks, we are loaded ourselves up with Adam because we're going to Rapture today. This game has
Going on down to Rapture.
Yep.
Gonna have
myself a time.
Damn it.
You can't
Plasma
finish
splashers
singing.
everywhere.
Okay, so first thing I want to bring up is I bought my copy of the game. It was the release copy. I bought it when it first came out on 360.
Sick.
It says only on Xbox 360 and Windows, and I laughed when
Oh,
I saw that
yeah.
because I
on
scrolled
every
by the
platform now.
platforms now on Wikipedia,
on
and there's a
list.
couple
on
more
everything.
things than Xbox. Windows 360,
It's
One,
on Switch.
PS3, PS4, OS X, iOS,
Oh, it is,
Linux,
isn't it?
Shield Portable, Shield Tablet, Shield Android TV, Nintendo Switch.
So everything can
So
run this
everything
game.
can run this game. So that's I laughed when I kind of saw that. But yeah, no, this is definitely an iconic game for the HD era, basically. Did either of you guys play System Shock or System Shock 2 at all?
No, I've seen some playthroughs of them.
I've seen speedruns.
Yeah, I've seen a speedrun of System Shock 2.
Yeah, I saw a speedrun.
But yeah, so I never played them. This is my first introduction to this style of shooter.
Yeah.
So, because this is replaying it this week has been rough for me. Because
dive a little bit more into that.
Okay, so when we do the episodes, we try to either do a lot of research, or if it's a game playthrough, we want to do that. Anthony was the only one of us three to actually play through and beat Bioshock this run through.
I was gonna say I've beaten it before.
We've all beaten it before.
I was the only one that
beat
did
it this
recently.
Current.
I beat it last year. I haven't beaten it since.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the first game I beat on my PC.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
I played the remastered.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, last time I've beaten this has been probably when I completed it. Maybe on the hardest difficulty. But I really got into this game when I first played it. I completed this game, got every achievement, beat it on the hardest difficulty, did it all like 3 months straight with all my printed guide throughs to get all of the freaking audio diaries.
Me and you were both doing that.
Everybody did it.
We did it at the same
Everyone
time,
did
actually.
it. It was just it was a fun. This isn't really. It's a first person shooter, but it's got heavy, not really RPG attributes to it, but it's got
slightly RPG.
Kind of.
It's
because you can level up your weapon,
yeah.
you can level up your health. Like you've got multiple different stats you can invest
all the
in,
tonics too.
all
you
the
can change.
hacking tonics, health tonics, like special tonics, and then the combat tonics, the main ones.
For sure.
So it's definitely it's an interesting game. Yeah.
It combines a lot of different game styles. It was really refreshing for the time. That it, just like this beverage.
I know, right?
That's why I'm just gonna look at it for like 10 minutes before I start, because it's gonna be gone otherwise.
It's 2 gulps.
I just gotta just visually appreciate it, just not drink it.
Gotta drink it before the splicers come and get it from him.
It was first released in 2007 on 360 and Windows, and then was released on basically everything else shortly thereafter. It wasn't an exclusive for long. Let's see. Releases. God, they don't have all the dates.
This game does a really good job at setting you up.
Yeah, it immerses you like almost like immediately. Just that opening scene where Andrew Ryan does the whole thing when you go in the bathysphere and you're going down. It does it's like I rejected all that. It's like I created Rapture like every time that happens, and then the little feed goes up and you just see the city. It's like goosebumps every single time, every time.
Yeah.
Whether I'm playing it or just watching someone like talk about the game, it gets me.
Yeah, for how intricate all the systems are in this game, it does take hold your hand through a whole tutorial area to make sure you know what this game is giving you. It's the whole first act of this game, first 2 acts basically, the medical pavilion and all that are great showcase to all right, this is what plasmids can do, here's these things, this is this, all right, now you gotta do Little Sisters, and then here's the camera mechanic. And it's like, all right, here's one mechanic, have fun with it. Here's another mechanic, have fun with it. Here's another one. Okay, you've got them all. Now you're free to go to the next level, like level 4.
Right.
It's
a good pacing.
Replaying it this last week, I got to level 4, level 5. After basically I had we are gonna heavily talk about spoilers. So if you don't know anything about this game, would you kindly just turn it off for a second? Yeah. And then come back to it
after you've beaten it.
Yeah, when you're done. But it's when Fontaine, not Fontaine, Atlas, when his family fell apart and they all went to the next area after Fontaine Fisheries. I got into, I think Arcadia is the next area.
Yeah.
I was like halfway through Arcadia, and I was just like, man, I'm just not feeling to get this invested into a game like this right now.
Oh, I didn't get to Fort Frolic though.
I didn't get to. Well, see, the thing is, I already know how much I like Fort Frolic, and I've watched it. I've played through it so much. I'm just at the time where it's like FPS style shooters like this. I just wasn't getting invested in. The first roadblock was I have never really played many FPSs on PC. I've always been a console FPS person. So, especially Bioshock has kind of a weird PC setup with the whole right-hand gun, left-hand plasmid thing. On a controller, it felt a bit more natural for me to switch between the triggers.
Versus
on PC, I was constantly trying to scroll through my weapons and all my plasmids, and I was trying to get this plasmid as my weapons. The scroll wheel is only for whatever you got selected. I was just having an issue, so I switched to controller. I was plebeian and plugged controller to my PC. I was like, I'll just play it with this for a little while. Got to the part I was at, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just not really feeling it right now. I wasn't paying attention to the story,
right?
Because I wanted to play through it fast. I was like, if I want to replay through this game, I want to sit down and do it long form, take my time, get fully invested back into it. I felt like I was missing so much and just skirting around like, oh yeah, the hacking mini game. I was trying to do the hacking mini game on everything to like save ammo because I was playing on a harder difficulty. And that hacking mini game ruins. I was playing through it and I was getting flashbacks of my like the hardcore playthrough. And I was like, I don't want to play this mini game over and over and over and over and over again. And you kind of already to even beat the game, you have to play it a lot.
Dude,
let's do a little sidebar about the mini game.
For
everyone
fuck
who
this
knows.
mini game for real. Fuck this mini
Yes.
game. I have a very hardcore stance on this mini game. Fuck it.
I'm the odd one out on this. I don't mind it.
See, I enjoy the mini game for the tutorial. I've done it about 5 or 6 times. Usually you find that save, which is a hard one, so you can do a hard one. And then you're done. And then I don't want to play that mini game ever again. But if you want to do like some cool stuff, get into insecurity, get extra health, you have to play that mini game at everything.
If I died and went to hell,
You'd be
it
putting
would
pipes
just
through
be
water
me fucking doing this mini game
over and over again.
Yeah.
All right. So why do you hate it? Let's start. You've got the most vicious hate for the mini game.
You just don't like water flowing?
No.
It's not even that. It's the repetitiveness. Give me a single different mini game at one point to do something else. You know, like it's for every machine uses these same fucking mechanics. Like, no, I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
As we've learned,
Doesn't make sense, and it's annoying. I have to if I want a soda can, I have to do the same thing as if I want a bag of bullets.
Bag of bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more of like if I want to hack this security camera.
Yeah. How am I hacking a security camera the same way I'm hacking a vending machine?
Because it's themed, okay? Just, okay?
But give me different
No,
ones.
variety would be better.
Yeah, exactly. Give me 2 to 3, like a little mixed bag of them. Kind of like...
Well, I would have it to be, this is a relatively easy one. So I would have the pipes be like the circus of values, the stuff that, you know, is not going to move, not going to kill you. You can do it if you want to. It'll save you some money. But then like have a harder one for like turrets and cameras, and then even a harder one for safes.
Yeah, exactly.
You have like 3 mini games, and most games that have style mini games, you like the Assassin's Creed have like multiple like kind of mini games like this. The other Bioshocks have them too, so I think doesn't Bioshock 2 and 3 have freaking Infinite 3? You know.
Oh, I liked 2's I like that one because what it is, it's essentially.
Oh God, fuck Bioshock 2's.
It's got the green.
I remember the lines. Yeah,
because it's a timing based one, so you just have to time it. And
it's a lot shorter, but I hate them both. But
essentially, the Bioshock 2 is more like a quick time event.
Yeah.
But if you just combine like 2 or 3 of them to make like a more diverse playing experience, I think that it doesn't run you down as a player as much because, like Nick said, by the time you already are running through this game, you're sick of the mini game. God forbid you want to get extra ammo or health.
Or you're playing on
anything.
a harder difficulty and you need it.
Yeah, and you have to shut off cameras that you can't just like run by like you would on the easier difficulty. Like,
or money is super tight, so you have to hack every
get the
circus of
monies.
values to buy it because the game's on the hardest difficulty and doesn't give you ammo. You have to buy it.
Or you can't just destroy the security because you need to save ammo.
Yeah.
I think they had the right idea, but they ruined it because they tried to like make it different. Like the safes, it's a smaller grid and stuff. And it's like, so then they try to like artificially increase the difficulty more.
And
so
I
to make
actually
it
do
different.
appreciate that. It does have a difficulty curve. But if they had 3 mini games, each with their own difficulty curve, that would essentially create like 9 mini games if you have like an easy, medium, and hard for each of them. You know what I mean?
As long as they
and
just
that'd be a
could
much
make
more
something
diverse
different.
profile.
Yeah.
But, you
I
know,
agree.
yeah. So fuck that mini game.
that's my only problem.
Auto
with
hack
it,
tools for the win.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like they should have it's not balanced because like this playthrough I did on easy just because I just wanted to just enjoy the game and just like not have any like heartache with it and
So
just be
you're
able to
breezing through that mini
so
game.
it's all plot.
Yeah.
And then money was never an issue, so I was constantly buying stuff out,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I was just buying auto hack tools, so I didn't actually have to. Which in any of my playthroughs on safes, I never actually do it. I always use an auto hack tool, or I just skip the save. I don't even try it.
You don't even do the minigame when it's hard? Because when the minigame's hard, at least it's a challenge.
It just to me, it's just I just do it until it's not fun anymore, and I see it as a burden.
like
and then
the
I just
third
use
time
auto
you
hack
do it.
tools.
I always see it as a burden.
That's like 5.
It's like 5, yeah.
It's just how I
Usually when I think Neptune's Bounty is about the time when I'm like genuinely done with it, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So I'll either just buy it out, skip it, or use an auto hack tool.
That sounds about right. So, fuck this minigame?
Fuck the minigame.
Yeah. So, second point on there, I want to pivot to something I do like. We'll do this like a little sandwich. I didn't get much chance of it this last playthrough because I kind of stopped quick into it, but I actually really enjoy, even though it's super bare bones, kind of like the minigame, I enjoy this mechanic a lot more. I like the camera mechanic in the game of taking photos. Back in the day, this was a pretty as fuck game, and it was kind of cool because I'd tried to get the highest scores and like group people together and do action shots and all that. That was also one of my favorite parts of Dead Rising, the original one, was getting camera shots, but that was kind of tailored to that game.
Nice.
But I like nice, erotic. I remember all those. But
What a game.
I like the camera, and I like the specifically that it's the one area in the game I forgot. It's
We first get it.
not where you first get it. It's I think it may have just been, I'm remembering an experience of me farming spider splicers for it, because there's a big room in the game. It's in the middle of the level. I think it's the entrance to
Fort Frolic.
maybe Fort Frolic. It's a giant glass area with a bunch of spider splicers that I like just.
Because there's a lot of spider splicers in Fort Frolic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is Fort Frolic, because there's like the entryway area where you have to like pass through the gates.
Before you can even get to where you actually get introduced to him, you get a bunch of them attack.
I just remember having a lot of fun. I was playing on the harder difficulty, trying to like get the perfect photos, and I would like reload and do that a lot. So I'm like, I've got a lot of good memories of this game in the past, but me playing it this last time, I was like, nah, man, not anymore. I've grown past this game yet, or I need to set some dedicated time to play it and get myself involved.
Hydroplane.
Which I just did not have this last week. It's been busy as all get out.
Brandon, here's the tip. Do this. Works every
Wait,
time.
what? Oh, use the
Because then you
pinky
always
to push off?
Mm-hmm. So this way you won't ever get stuck.
Hold on, let's...
Gotta love it.
There we go.
No.
Oh, Zelda.
All right.
Coaster
So
shenanigans.
this is where our opinions differ yet again, because I hate the camera.
All right.
And the reason being is I feel like it unimmerses you because it takes away from the game.
Oh, yeah, it's totally not immersive. I agree with that.
Like that part.
I
That's
just
what
have
hate
fun
about
with it.
I don't think that either the minigame or the camera are immersive.
No,
for the
yeah.
game. I think they're both just
They're both gameplay and
separate,
mechanics.
weird.
I think they're both tedious. At least with the camera, it has I would say has a more significant purpose.
Well, the
because
camera's
it makes
also... A lot of games at the time are doing stuff like that. Like throw a camera in it. And
I was indifferent on the camera. We have
Yeah.
kind of a mama bear,
hot-
Papa bear,
and-
baby bear.
Yeah.
I'm really
Goldilocks.
I could do with or without it. I like that I had to use it for like three occasions.
Peaches.
Peach Wilkins.
Peach Wilkins, yeah.
Yeah, and then like after that, it was completely optional. I wish that's how the mini game was. I wish it was like, if you're gonna have one mini game, make me do it like 3 times, and then all the rest of the other times it's only for like saves.
Well, you really don't have to do that minigame too often.
Yeah.
It's just it presents itself. It gives you the option to do it so many times. So it's like you feel like you have to.
Yeah, and I
like-
guess just like you said, like I've played it on at least my last few playthroughs. It was on harder difficulties, so I'm just like
You kinda
constantly. You
Yeah,
have to.
That's when it's not really optional anymore.
Yeah.
It unless you breeze through it on easy. There's the giggle.
Yeah, I played on all difficulties. Okay.
I did. So when I switched the controller, I did switch it down to easy because man, fuck Big Daddies, dude. I forgot
They
how hard
wreck
of a
you.
fight. Like they're literally the icon of this thing for a reason, not just for the design. The fights are fucking hard on harder difficulties. They really put you up against like a sponge that can get to you instantly. Yeah. Do you like the original Big Daddy design or the more like the Rosie design better? Like the Bioshock 2 design, you know?
I like this design, the original.
Oh,
The
the
originals,
bouncer?
The rounder
bouncer,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
the
I
bouncer.
don't like the rosy design at all. I like
Oh, this is the rosy one. I forget their names. Shit.
well, bouncer's the big orb one. Is that what's on the cover?
Bouncer's on the
yeah.
cover of the first
Bouncer.
one. That
Yeah, it's
that's
Bouncer.
Bouncer.
I like the
Okay,
Bouncer.
Rosy's the like what Delta. I like Deltas because it's a
that's
different
Bioshock 2.
variant.
Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the Rosies in Bioshock 1, I feel like when I remember like the design's like not quite. I don't really like it. Kind of just like me. But the bouncer, I think it's just because it's more unique because it's not like what an actual diver would have. When it just has that like that and with the way they sound and whatnot, I feel like it fits it better. I think with a Rosie, it looks too human, as weird as that is, even though it is still a human. But I think it just makes it too. Like, it makes it less threatening almost. Versus with the bouncer, it's like this obscure thing. Like even though you know by the end of the game what it is, it doesn't seem like it's a person anymore because of the way it looks. I think the Delta variant just looks a little better too.
Bioshock is such a lore thick series. I'm on the Big Daddy article, and I was just like, come on, scroll. It's just walls of text of lore, which is really fun to get into. Like, there's so many scenes
much lore.
set up in this game. You're for a protagonist that says nothing. There is so many characters and all that. You're basically just like watching everything happen or past of stuff, or just kind of like seeing where people are and then killing them. Kind of the theme of the game is like, oh, you're really cool. Well, you're dead now. Move on.
Yeah.
Well, that and
Because you're also crazy. Because fucking A, this city's gone to hell.
I like though, like for like when it comes to the plot, that they did it in such a unique way that you get it from like pre-done positions, like it just happens, you get exposition, but then you can voluntarily collect something that's not just a collectathon thing, but has purpose because it's more plot, so you
Yeah,
can kind
it's
of find
adding to the
out
story
what
and the lore.
led to where the whole city's at. So actually, it incentivizes you to explore because both you can find stuff and kind of see environments, but also find more about like the world. So kind of if you don't care, you can speed through it, but if you do, you can explore more and find out more. So like it just gives you the like another. You don't have complete control over where you go, but it gives you more an illusion of control, but like in a way that kind of rewards you for exploring.
Yeah. But yeah, the what like out of all the Bioshock levels in the first game, what would probably be your guys' favorite?
Fort Frolic.
Fort Frolic?
I need to see.
Yeah,
the list.
I was gonna pull up a list and talk about them all. I have it right here. Let me just. Oh shit! I closed it. Never mind. I don't have it right here.
Oh man.
Main reason being Sandra Cohen is such a great villain.
Yeah, because so it starts with the medical pavilion, which is basically the first
The tutorial
the
level.
tutorial area. But you do have a pretty good boss fight. Well, not good boss fight.
Steinman is really good. You're
Steinman,
right.
yeah. He, well, at least it sets up the kind of thing is each area is going to have like a theme, a look, and a boss usually.
Yeah.
And it's like you go from level to level through the bathysphere system, and occasionally back to levels depending on, because I think you come back to Prometheus, maybe? I forget the names. Arcadia, you go back to. That's what it is.
Do you? Oh, I guess you go. Well, wait. Do you?
Well, you go from the medical pavilion, which is all like honestly. Sorry, last time medical pavilion, the jump scare in it, I missed it in this last playthrough.
I love that jump scare.
It's the most
so
iconic
good.
jump scare, and
It's so good.
I just didn't go into that room because I went to the next level and I'm like, oh, I missed it. Where'd it go?
I wish I was streaming it because I was like, oh, here we go. It's like, oh, I hope no one's behind me trying to sneak up on me. And I turned around like, hi, just
Oh,
knocked
yeah,
down
yeah.
with
Oh,
the
you had
wrench.
the wrench ready. You're like, yeah.
It's like, you didn't even even move.
You're playing on easy, so it just killed him.
Just insta kill with that headshot with the wrench. It was great.
God, that's kind of funny that I say the jump scare in medical pavilion. We're all just like, oh yeah, I know that
Nope.
exact one. Iconic. Because I remember I did medical pavilion out of order, and I totally confused the game.
Really?
I went and got the telekinesis plasmid before it told me to, and I went
Oh.
in the area after,
Yeah.
I grabbed the cocktail and so he wasn't even there yet to break it up,
All right.
and the game was like, go back to here and grab the fire and everything.
Huh. Actually, I didn't even know you could do that out of order. That's crazy.
It was just slightly out of order,
Right.
but it was just enough for the game to get confused with the arrow and maybe go back and then forward.
Right. Because it doesn't. It's like, huh?
Stop sequence breaking. But yeah, so you just look at the list.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your
I
favorite?
feel like you like Arcadia.
Point Prometheus.
Point Prometheus.
I really like the Little Wonders area. I think it's kind of cool. For one, again, we're talking about lore. I think this is a very lore-driven area because it's showing you how the big daddies and the little sisters are all created, brought to Rapture, essentially. But it also feels more not more horror, but it definitely has that horror vibe from the game as you're walking through like these areas, you know.
This Point Prometheus, is that when you become the Big Daddy?
Is
that
it?
one?
That's the area where you like get into the suit, right?
Yeah, you're collecting the items to build the suit, and then you become. It's right before that, yeah, because you go like you have to go to each wing of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Probably looking through the list on it, my favorite level that I can remember from was probably the farmers market and Arcadia together.
I do.
The farmers market
was my second choice.
Yeah,
really cool.
I really like just the aesthetic of the tightness of it. It's it's kind of maze like, and I add the Houdini splicers, which are pretty cool. The whole like jump scares and trying to get them.
I still can't pick. So
You said
splicer.
you said Fort Frolic was
Fort
your
Frolic,
favorite area, yeah, right? Definitely
A combination of the area and then
the villain behind it, yeah. But yeah,
Favorite
splicers because there's the Thuggish, the Leadhead, Houdini, Spider,
Nitro.
I think that's about it for basics.
I think. Yep.
Those are the main classes.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite's probably Spider Splicer.
I like the Houdinis.
Houdini's.
Yeah.
Spiders were my favorite for a bit, but then I think the more I played through them, the more I liked the Houdinis. Just I like that. Like I just like the concept between they can phase in and out of reality by teleporting. That's so cool.
And they also, it is kind of a cool gameplay where where they're about to appear will kind of light up before they're there, so you can kind of like find it and like, I'm ready.
So you can react to it. So like, I'm here.
It's a nice balance. Except for playing on easy, put a shotgun up to the red part, like, all right, come out, buddy.
You get them fully researched, so you know exactly when they're going to pop up way before they do. So you're like, oh, let me just, do I want to use this weapon? Always about this weapon. Oh, got it.
Well, even, so I was in the farmer's market when I stopped. Even though I really liked the level, I was just feeling burned out. I went up to the first, like, Houdini Splicer, and I remembered the spot he was going to appear, so I did pull out the shotgun. I'm like, I'm just going to shoot him. I know he's going to be here. I remember this spot. It was pretty fun.
And the way they're introduced, too, I think is probably my favorite of the Houdinis. Like, between Bioshock 1 and 2, the way they're introduced is just significantly better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
But the Spider Splicer is cool with the whole, like, when it's crawling through, because that's, like, the horror aspect.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I like
it,
them
drags
so much.
the dude.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, Death Gurgle.
Death Gurgle, I know. It's one of the game with, if you put on the subtitles for everything, it's and then you have the subtitles for what you're looking at. Because on PC, it's got like all the different options. So it's sometimes too much text on the screen.
I actually had it all on, and I got like about an hour in, and I took off the one
art.
When you just look.
Yeah, that one
too much.
Look at everything.
It's
Wall,
sensory
picture.
It's everything.
It's like
Which a nice attention to detail to like go through and have all that labeled, but
yeah, it's a little overkill.
It's overwhelming if you don't need it.
Least favorite area for me is Olympus Heights. The area right after you get the twist, about like 2/3 of the way through the game. Mm-hmm. Right after you meet Andrew
It's like the
Ryan.
slum area, right?
That's the slum area, all the big houses. It's the wrong type of maze. It's very hard.
I have to agree.
The rooms are all the same.
I clicked on it and I like was looking at some of the pictures. I was like, I hate this.
It's just I like the area that.
It doesn't feel like you rewarded for learning the big twist at the 2/3 of the way point of the game that, would you kindly is kind of all fucking you up, and Fontaine's the enemy, not really Andrew. Well, Andrew Ryan everyone's an asshole in this game. They're all just different assholes.
Tenenbaum's like the only like kind of redeemable one, because she actually
redeemed herself, but she was an asshole.
She learns her lesson, and then she stops being as much of an asshole. Yeah. In comparison to the rest of them, I guess.
Well, I think it kind of comes from what the nature of what Rapture is and how it was built and the people that built it too.
Are we going to go through this whole thing without saying the words Ayn Rand?
He said it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said it.
No, this is a game that is just, if you look up any theory or philosophy video or anything on this, there's so much with this game, because it is one that's like, all right, we're going to build this cool idea off of these things, and we're just going to push a bunch of extremes at you for fun. Like, we're not going to commit to anything, but we're just going to create all these conversations, and then just like, it's a video game, so who cares?
Yeah, basically.
Like, it's not like I feel like if Bioshock were to try to be recreated today, it would try to be a bit more conscious about what it's saying, but it does in a very unique way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a bunch of billionaires building a fucking utopia under the sea.
You get like the brightest,
Under the sea.
The co-founder of PayPal.
Yeah.
you get all the brightest minds, and that's the thing I think too is like so many of the people that were brought in with the idea that they are like the smartest, the brightest, like the best. So it's just that much easier to kind of corrupt them because they're already going down there with huge egos because they're hand selected by this
Mad scientist.
this person that's just seen
No,
as
I haven't looked into it at all, but you have to think some of this stuff was kind of inspired by some of the Disney-esque stuff with Epcot. You know what I mean? It's a 60s aesthetic. You create a utopian area, except for it's just on a different philosophy, and it's got sci-fi aesthetics to it. You know? Yeah. Create an idyllic thing, just a different
perfect
structure.
City. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just thought that put the 2 and 2 together there. But yeah.
There are no gods.
So real quick, holy man. Favorite plasmid though.
Combat plasmid would that probably be. I probably use lightning the most, to be honest.
I was gonna say lightning as well.
Mine's lightning, and close second is ice.
Ice. I never use ice.
Ice is good for. It's a double-edged sword because it's really good like in harder difficulties because you can immobilize enemies and save on ammo because you can use the wrench a lot more. But if you kill them when they're ice, you don't get their loot. So that's the only problem. So it's like better to go in, freeze them, get them near dead, let them thaw out, and then kill them. So this way you get the best of both. So it's like a level of strategy that like I think most people wouldn't do because it's more tedious.
Yeah, I was
combine
gonna say,
that with the camera and the constant weapon swapping. So it's like you have to
That
be
was
really
one thing
into
that
it.
was taking me out of it was the constant swapping between weapons and the pausing of it. That's an issue with the games that let you have as many weapons as you want and a giant scroll wheel well and different abilities and multiple tiers. Is you can kind of get caught up in the UI occasionally. And the maps for this game are, oh my god! Do you ever go into the map menu
I don't
and try to look around?
It's actually easier
navigate.
I just memorize the areas.
Yeah.
That was easier than using the map.
Because the map in this game is just dog.
Like they tried, 'cause
shit.
they did like the arrows and stuff, but I feel like it's just
They
like
tried, but they
just didn't
you
work.
can't polish a turd.
you can, no, you can't pulse turb, but it's still poop.
It makes me hear if the,
You're just smearing shit at
just
that point.
guys
son.
imagine a Dead Space style map in this area.
That'd
It's
be
not,
so good.
It'd be cool, like a 3D like thing of Rapture. That'd be so cool. It wouldn't match the tone or aesthetic at all, but it would be amazing to see Rapture like that.
Yeah.
Or even if you just like for the menus.
Well, see, this is a good example.
Like Metroid
Between all
Prime.
this, literally, that's why like when we eventually like deep dive in Bioshock 2, almost everything was improved upon.
Oh, yeah.
and
I-
so many of these like aspects.
I'm gonna
like,
straight up say I like Bioshock 2 better. I will probably beat Bioshock 2 when we go through it in a little bit here. Even though I didn't take the time to sit through one, it was making me wish the shit that was in 2. I was like, God, I wish I had a
so that's the
plasma
problem.
gun
Is,
at
like,
the
since
same
2
time.
exists,
I'm just like
I think everyone loved it so much more until 2 came
except for
out.
B's kind of giving you a dead eye. I don't know if he likes 2 more.
You just disagree?
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess look at just like quality of life improvements for like the stuff they improve. Like, do you agree with that? Okay, because I can understand because I know a lot of people don't like 2 for other reasons. So we'll get there in the future.
But yeah, the plasmids I use other than lightning probably was I was trying to go through use telekinesis more this last time because I watched
the
a
way to do
speed
it.
run, which is telekinesis is just broken.
It's broken. Insta kill.
I had no idea it was that powerful until I watched a
Right.
speed run. And I was like, oh, what did he just do? Just kill that boss with a trash can?
Well, just look at See, this is the thing. It's presented like it's a unique way to kind of hurt enemies, and like instead, just like in Dead Space, in both games, it's not like properly like labeled that you want to just win every encounter. Use telekinesis because it insta kills everything.
And it doesn't use a lot of
Yeah, you use
plasma
almost
juice.
no Eve.
Eve.
And then there's
Plasma
literally, and then you
juice.
can, all you have to do is combine it with the certain tonics, and you just win. Like you don't even need any other plasmas. You can just bank them and just be good.
Just shoot up that tiger's blood and you just win.
Right?
You just win.
One speed, one gear, telekinesis.
But yeah, that's. I can't. I didn't really this last time. I remember when I completed the game, all the other plasmids, like the hacking ones, and I was trying to like RPG myself out. Like, oh, what is the best? Like, should I have it to where they shock me when they hit me and all that?
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool that they have all
I
these
usually
little
do the
different
shock one.
things.
The shocker.
But
Just because it's a perfect combo. Where, like if you get like ambushed, they get, and then you can
Well,
just
it's the
turn, switch
1-2
to shotgun.
punch.
Doom. Yeah.
it's the 1-2.
Right. I'll do that with the wrench on these difficulties, and higher I'll use the shotgun.
Just destroy them.
In the face. I wish though that like Insect Swarm, I would have used that so much more if it wasn't introduced so late in the game. It's just
that
too
one
late.
is pretty. I always forget about that one. Like, he gives it to you, and you've already got a rhythm going by that.
Yeah, because by that point you're like, I'm good.
And you may have even leveled up some of your plasmids with like some of the.
I think usually I have like the second stage for my main ones by the time I get that.
So it's just like, why use something weaker by that point?
Exactly.
You know which one I don't remember the name of it, but you throw it at a Big Daddy and he
Hypnotize Big Daddy.
Hypnotize. Yep.
I was just about to say, do either of you use those a lot? The Hypnotize Big Daddy.
I actually used it a lot, dude. On my hard run through.
That's true.
I fucking use that thing a shit ton because you just hypnotize a Big Daddy, throw him into a room, he'll wreck the whole room.
That's true.
And then
you can easy way to get little sisters too, because you can pit them against each other.
I was about to say, dude,
I have them fight each other all the
when
time.
he gets damaged by them, can he, like, once he's killed everything else, then are you able to just whittle off the last of his health? I probably ended up
exactly
doing
what I
that.
did.
I think he stays
He stays with
passive
the damage.
until it wears off or you attack him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just let him rampage, do his thing, have him maybe kill another Big
I
Daddy.
probably didn't end up doing that because I probably didn't think about it because I was doing my hard difficulty with a guide. But that would have been really smart to do because I never use like the security one where like it turns enemies against security.
I use that too.
Oh yeah.
I don't use that one.
I almost use those.
Those are meant for like
Just
stealthier playthroughs.
Yeah, I guess I play Bioshock stealthier than I play.
Which makes sense
fucking
because
regular
that's
stealth.
more of the survival horror theme.
Yeah. This is an interesting because it is a horror game, but it doesn't feel like a lot of other horror games.
No,
Just
It's more of a
Gives it-
psychological horror.
Yeah,
kind
that and
of.
it gives you more options. Like it's not forcing you into being like, well, if you go in an outright firefight, you're gonna die. Like you can survive still. So it truly gives you that option. So then you're not pigeonholed into like doing like you have to do it this way. Like in Resident Evil, like if you just run and gun constantly, like unless you're on the easiest difficulty, you're just gonna die because you just run out of ammo or the things will just one shot you.
Yeah.
True.
There's something else I can bring up. Fuck.
Oh no.
No.
It happened.
I was waiting.
Oh, harvest or save the little sister.
Save.
Save.
Yeah. Why would you
Save.
ever harvest? And the endings in the Bioshock games are terrible.
But do you know the reason why you should never harvest?
Well, because you get more Atom if you save them, and you get
Exactly.
better. There's no reason unless
There's
you're doing the
unless you're
for
just
the
pure
achievement.
evil.
Did you hear what you said? So why did they make that mechanic if it didn't matter that the one way was
Because
in every way it's possible it's better.
It was, as was tradition at the time. They giving your game multiple endings, even if they didn't mean anything, was a
cool.
selling
It
point.
was hit.
Did you want red, blue, or green for your ending of Mass Effect 3? All right, it's like,
And this
that's
is-
years
this is the
later.
thing
You know what
too,
I
like,
mean?
this-
They're all vanilla. It's just they all look different. Okay.
Despite like after doing the math and that was my first thought, I'm like, this is pointless. Like why'd they do it? But like besides like you have choice, it's also the idea that on harder difficulties you're mitigating the amount of fights you have to take because you can get twice as much Atom per encounter. So then this way you can fight that much less Big Daddies. So then if you're just not good at fighting them, you don't want to. If you only need say this much Atom.
Yeah,
and
but
then-
if you're planning out your run that hard in advance,
Right.
you've got you already know what you're doing, and you can take down Big Daddies, or you know how to
Yeah.
get around.
I think
them.
it's just a concept that in theory it's solid, but
the game isn't
execution,
that in depth to warrant that type
the
of
combat's
run,
not that
though.
like if the Vita chambers weren't a thing, then I can see that being more crucial because then you'd actually have to
Which
lose a lot of progress.
Bioshock had the achievements added in. Was it the first one? Or
well,
was
the
it
first
two?
one had that issue with
Whether they added the achievements afterwards. Because actually, now that I say this, I might not have completed Bioshock 1 because I think they added an achievement to where you have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty without Vita Chambers. I think I completed it before they added that
well,
achievement.
the problem is it was bugged because you didn't have I think it was either no, the option was there, but I think it would disappear from the menu, so you couldn't turn them off. So you literally need to do it to where
You beat the game without using Vita Chambers.
And what problem is like if you saved and then you died and it used a Vita chamber, there would be a bug that even though you load back the save, that file
That
still
session?
registered to use a Vita chamber, so you could finish that game, never actually use one. So like that's
Man.
why that option I think is either added or it was bugged because that was an issue with the save file. So then if you'd actually died, the fire chamber was used, you had to just restart the file, like no matter what. So you could have been
So you had to do a no death run, basically.
Yeah. So that it just makes it so much more brutal because it's really hard.
That's this. There's no with the healing in this game. There's no animation. There's nothing. You just press a button and heal. And I constantly died on this last playthrough because I would just sidetrack. There's no like real indication of like the health
you just
and
kind of
stuff.
die.
You just tank
you get
the
one
hits
quick
and you.
like, dun, dun, like you get the heartbeat and the screen flash, but depending on what's happening, your attention's so
can be
split
at
between all these things you don't even notice that happen.
The UI in this game is a bit intrusive. It did not age as well as the later games, like kind of more minimalistic UI.
Yeah.
It's like really stylized, but there's a lot of it. It's got the whole 60s aesthetic going. Yeah. Still great game, though. Even though I've got all these quirks with it, and I'm probably not going to
I hate the game, but it's a good game.
No, as I said when you guys said it, it's not a game for me anymore. It's more of a entertainment thing. I'd rather watch like a movie.
Your ass would rather build Rapture, you fucking Sim City fuck.
You know,
God.
you're not wrong anymore. I've had my time fighting through it, and I'd rather just create a place where I can get the sweat off my own brow. What does the man in Washington say? It go to the government? No. What does the man in Moscow say? It goes to everybody. What does the man in the Vatican say? It goes to God?
It goes to God.
Well, what about Rapture?
Oh, it's down there.
All right.
Nick's
That's all I
got to
got to
figure
say.
out how to flush toilets down into the sea.
As we watched, we watched a 10-year-old game theory video today.
That was very.
That was rough.
That did not age well.
I'm sure
It's
this
about
won't age
Bioshock.
well, though.
I know that watching it made me go, "This is what every creator's first stuff is like. This is gonna be fun." Coming back on these episodes later, but just about how it could be physically made in the 60s and all that. How the technology was there. Technically, they could have built Rapture.
Well, and especially where they built it because
It's so shallow.
Yeah, the game makes you feel like you're so far under the water when realistically he said it was 200 meters deep. That's not deep at all.
But that's pretty deep for ocean. Well, that's at the end of where the sun penetrates. Like it would have not have been able to be made anywhere else, basically, because you'd have no light and it would just be pitch darkness, which would
just not function.
Even technically, as he said in the video, and it makes sense in real life that you need a lot more, like probably plants than they had to get that shit out of there.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
You need a lot of plants down there. Food, oxygen.
You know it.
Other things.
Gotta have
that
it.
you can burn.
Yeah.
I
can't think of what it would be right now, but it's something.
Seasonal, like mistletoe. You know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out one day.
Oh, you guys have any closing thoughts on Bioshock? Any final things?
No, but my dog's blepping.
Your dog's up.
She blepping.
She blepping?
She a blepp.
Yeah, she doesn't have front teeth,
Brandy.
so she does that quite
Brandy.
often.
Hey. There it is. Hey.
You'll have to, hey guys, you have to post a picture of her with a blep.
Bio-blep.
Bio-blep.
That's it.
Looking at the marketing for it is kind of funny.
Oh, I know what we did. Because I think I said my favorite. What's everyone's favorite villain?
Oh, well, the most iconic one throughout it would be, I guess the mini villain would be your favorite. God, what is his name?
Sander Cohen.
Sander Cohen. My favorite's probably just Andrew Ryan, just because he's the most one I remember after 10 years, of not playing the game a lot.
Mine's probably Andrew Ryan.
Yeah.
That's the biggest battle I remember.
And speaking of big battles and endings, what the fuck is up with the end of this game?
Fontaine. Wait, the end? What do you mean?
Yeah, the final boss fight's trash.
It is.
It is.
Bad.
It's garbage.
It almost seems like it's an afterthought.
It's like, shit, we ran out of time.
My first time ever playing this game, I stopped right before that, and then I stopped playing it for like a month for some reason. I don't remember.
Life happens.
Yeah, and then I came back to it to beat the boss battle because I was like, I'll probably just have to sit down for like a half hour. And I sat down.
5 minutes later.
I beat it, and I was just like, I was that fucking close the whole time. Like, okay, I played for 5 minutes. Like, I went down an elevator, shot this guy like 3 times.
Stabbed him with a needle for a little bit, watched a cutscene.
Yeah, and that was
over.
it. I was just kind of very underwhelmed. I don't know.
I almost feel like that needed to have like multiple, like it needed to have like, if they were going to keep that in, they should have done that, but then have like the actual fight after that. Be like, that's him weakened, so then you can actually fight him like you would the others. That would have been supremely better.
Yeah. It is, they didn't, it's definitely was an afterthought. You can tell just by how rushed of a fight. His model is just a buff, naked dude
It's Dr. Manhattan.
without the penis.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that part I appreciate.
it is rated M. It was sexual themes and strong language.
Yeah.
So, but looking at the marketing on this, it's the genetically enhanced shooter. Just like, oh god, yeah. It's
Steinman's a close second for me, just because
I miss it when games came with all this.
such a
Dude,
brutal.
I miss when
villain.
games came with booklets that told you how to play the game.
And like
right?
release editions got these cool cardboard stuff.
What the hell, game
Holographic.
manufacturers?
It costs money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still paying the same amount of money.
Yeah, but it's not enough because development's like 3 times. Yeah, this guy actually
Give me a
bought
little
shut
fucking
down.
book. What does that
Ruben
cost?
Band?
Like a quarter? Suck a dick.
Wow. All right.
Paying $60 plus fucking whatever your season pass bundle is. You little
There's a
2K
whole page and a
bitches.
half on hacking in here.
It's not enough pages anymore.
Do, 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 do.
Well, the Power of the Peoples.
Yeah.
Did you collect them all?
Only once. I kept on. Some of them are very freaking well hidden.
They really are.
I only did it ever
got a
once to
couple
get
of
the achievement to get them all. But this last one, I know I missed. Like I went to like the next area and I'm like, I'm missing stuff. There's some areas I did not go to.
I gave my the only thing I did to like help myself out is like I looked up to see how many there were in each area, but I didn't actually look up to see where they were. And that's really all you need, honestly.
Okay.
Like as long as you like, unless it's like you're actually just trying to hit the end as soon as possible. Like if you're playing it like you're meant to like play Skyrim, for instance, you're supposed to explore everything. Then if you know how many are there, you'll find it no problem. But if you're actually just beelining where it's telling you to go, then
Follow the arrow.
yeah, if you follow the arrow, you'll miss them.
That's true.
But I think
That's
it's like
any collectible though.
yeah. So yeah, same thing with the audio diaries. Which it's like it always
Getting the audio diary.
it always bothers me. That's the thing. I can't.
Dude,
I always miss like I think the
I
best
always
I've done
miss, like,
without a guide is maybe I missed like 10.
Well,
like I don't know how to get them all without looking it up.
Well, one of the things when I had the guide and I was getting them all, I'd like find a couple and like, oh, it's underneath the table, and you look at it like I don't see the table, and you're looking at it because you're with the guide, and it's in a box underneath the table behind some foliage, just a PNG, and you're just like, how the fuck? There's a freaking thing in there.
Right.
They hide some of them really well. It's like you would not get that unless you were fucking with everything with telekinesis.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And some of them, yeah, you have to go. It's behind the counter in a spot that you have no reason to go there because there's nothing
Stuck
there
in the
to
wall
collect.
texture that's broken into because the wall's broken.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, no, they get pretty rough getting all the audio diaries.
That and I hate you can't interact with it with telekinesis because there's a couple that you can see that you can't that are out of your reach, and the game's making you do it's kind of like when
The
Fallout,
puzzle.
that it's like you have a broken door and it's like you could just walk over it, but it's like it's expert lockpicking. It's like really though, it's a broken door. Like it's like less than half of it's there.
don't worry, you can use a pipe mini game to open that door.
Or an auto hack tool.
Yeah. No, this one you had to get the code because it was unhackable. But whatever.
The codes, which are usually on.
I went to like
Punch
move
the table.
I'm so angry. No, it was
The
fine.
codes are usually on a sticky note or someone's dead body
Well, see, that's the
5
thing
feet away.
too. Another quality improvement. Why the fuck did you see it or hear it in the audio diary and it just like, oh, you need to find that audio diary because you forgot the code. The second game, the second you see it or hear it, when you go up to the freaking thing to put the code in, it's there. It shows because it like acknowledges
Quality
that
of
you
life
know it.
improvements.
But it's like, why was that not a thought when they made the first game?
Because they had to get Fontaine's abs as CGI as they could.
Right? They had so much time to work on that fucking last fight.
I liked Infinite, but we're not talking about that.
I liked Infinite too. I'm looking forward to replaying that one again when
Yeah.
we get to it.
Me too.
Because
Well, same. Because I don't know why people shit on it so much.
well, I know why people shit on it so much. So I'm curious to do my own playthrough and see how I feel about all that. So.
Yeah, me too. I haven't played it since
I
beat
never
through
played
it
the
once.
DLCs.
I never played
So
the DLC. either.
that'll be fun to
I'm
go
not
through those.
I'm going to
so.
say I haven't. I don't remember if I have. I feel like I got them, but I never actually played them,
Yeah.
if I'm remembering correctly. Which is sad.
But no, I like Bioshock, the original one. I wouldn't probably not play it for a while. So just no longer a game for me. I still enjoy it, but you know.
Every other year, baby. But that's all 3 games, not just the first one.
Yeah, see, when we get to the other ones, I played a lot. I really like 2. We'll get to 2. That's my favorite.
I've played it a couple times through, but yeah, no. That's all I got, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm good too.
I shocked the bio.
All right.
Where can we find us on social media? Because I'm starting to post a bit more. I don't know about you guys are. Well, you just
I'm
freaking dropped a
eventually
song,
going to.
so you're posting like
Check
crazy.
Out, check out my band End Credits, all one word, lowercase, no space. We dropped a song called Monster with Rio Wiley.
Been pumping it. It's so good.
Yeah, and then you can find me at Pickled Brandon on everything. Guys?
I'm Nick Benz 9001 right now, and I will be probably for a while because I'm actually starting to do stuff. So
Non-concise koala.
And you can find our podcast stuff at the Saturday Boys Pod.
Yup.
thanks everyone for listening. See, now I've only got a little bit I have to drink. Brandon, you got so much more left.
I know.
I'm
You
sorry.
had a lot more restraint than us.
You did. Yeah, I know. I'm just thirsty. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Happy Saturday.